at 7:30. So it's warmer than that now. We've got all three heaters going on in the tent. If your New Year's resolution is to come to the club more because you got your immunization, I would love to have you in person in class. That being said, we'll start warm up. We're going to do a little bit different warm up today just because it's kind of cold. Again, if you're at home and you think, I'm not doing that, that's okay. If you're here and you need to grab a hold of something, that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little curtsy squat. We're going to come up on toes. We're going to come down. We're going to come up opposites. We're going to come down. We're going to come out. We're going to come back in. We're going to come down. We're going to come up. We're going to come down. We're going to do opposites. Fun new stuff today. Out and back and down and up and down and up. We're only going to do a couple of these, but it's just to get us warmed up because it's a little. It's not really chilly as I say that. It's actually kind of nice. Opposites. And again, you come up on your toes if you want. If you can't do your toes, that's okay. Come on back, down and up. Come on down. Hey. And then somebody showed up and I lost my train of thought. Come on up. Come on down. Come on up and out. Come on down. One more. Come on up. One more. Okay. Last one out. Come on down, little curtsy squat. Great, come on up. Wasn't that fun? Everybody's like, no. Nice deep circle. Oh, good, you are joining us, Peggy. Welcome. Come on in. 3 nice deep breaths if that got you kind of crazy. Yes. Good. Got a little warmed up. We're going to drop our left hand down, tilt our head to the right. Push, push, push with that left hand. Same thing other side. The ground is a little wet here still, even after the rain yesterday. So we're going to do a little bit more standing up. Again, if you're home and you want to sit down, right now we're going to do a lot of neck stuff right here, but you can do it seated if you feel like you need to sit down. Those of you here at the club, if you want to grab a ball, just please wash it before and after you use it, and then again, sanitize your hands. Try to stay safe. Oh. One more each side, everyone. Float your left hand up, turn it to the side, and again, if you got bad shoulders, the closer in you hold your hand to your torso, the less work you have on your shoulder. If you want to get a little shoulder work in, the farther out, the better. So you're following your hand around with your head and your eyes, just a little bit of rotation. If you haven't heard yet, Sheriff Arturo is doing a surf and turf for New Year's. Call in, place your order. It's surf and turf and asparagus, and I think it's got potatoes in there and flourless chocolate cake and all kinds of good stuff and this was the part that got me. It's $22 a person. And before you think $22 a person, I will say that one of our premier restaurants in town, $200 for 2 people for Christmas Eve dinner or New Year's Eve. So Chef Arturo, much better deal. Drop that left hand down, look 45 degrees to the right, drop on down. Same thing other side, 45 degrees, drop on down. And again, if you're coming on late and you're like, why is she still standing doing her neck? It's because the ground's still a little wet here, so we're going to stay off the ground as much as we can. But if you're at home and you want a chair, grab a chair. Okay, last one, everybody. We're going to get that little string at the back of our head, tuck our chin nice and tall, straight down. Opening up the back of our head. And again, by the string and the tucking, it kind of does the opposite if you're sitting there on your phone and your neck gets sore. One more. Good. Okay, gentle shoulder rolls. If you want to make them a little bigger, you can always do this guy. And then, of course, big, big, big if you like. But again, if your shoulders are horrible, stick with this guy a little bit. And we're kind of warmed up, but we'll do a little bit of our cross lateral body movement. So we're going to line up our hips, our knees, and our toes. We're going to come into a little bit of a horse stance. We're going to tuck our pelvis. Our hands are going to float up in front of us. We're going to lean to the left, draw to the left. Come across, leaning to the right, drawing to the right. Same thing other side. Cross lateral body movement, good for connecting the two hemispheres of your brain. A little bit of warm up, the deeper down you go, the harder it is. If you're up tall and you barely have your knees bent, that's okay. Okay, one more, everybody. Come on down. We'll loosen up our waist a little bit. So we'll do Tai Chi waist warm up. Of course, if you want to do the usual, it's just going to be this guy, but we're going to do little ball of energy, turn to the side, roll that ball over, turn to the other side. Again, of course, soften your knees, turn to the other side. So nothing below your waist should be moving. We're just loosening up our waist. I know it's a little dark in here still. The sun's going to come over the hill in just a minute. Okay, last one. We're going to come back to the center. We're going to roll that ball around, push to the sky, push to the earth. You can come up on your tippy toes if you like, a little bit of a balance challenge. This is separating heaven and earth. And again, elbows stay soft. We're not locking out. Okay, one more. Come on down. Buddha holds up the heavens. Again, we're scooping the chi up. If you believe in that, that's okay. If you don't, if you just want to get a little warm up, that's okay. Coming on down. The farther you come down, the harder you're working. But again, if you've got bad knees, you don't have to do this. Okay, one more, everybody. Good. And again, in the mode of not getting down on the ground because it's wet, we're going to loosen up our hips. This is a good one if you're home to be standing for. If you want to grab hold of your chair, that's great. What we're going to do is our hands are going to float forward. As our hands float back, we're going to tap forward. As our hands go forward, we're going to tap back. Again, doing opposites, rewiring parts of our brain that maybe haven't been experiencing that. And again, you're going to engage your core. You're not arching your back. One more to the front. One more to the back. Stop in the middle. Switch feet. That's the hardest thing I'm going to make you do all day. Right there. Opposite hands and feet. Feet go forward. Hands go back. Hands go forward. Feet goes back. Foot. One more to the front. One more to the back. Stop in the middle. We're going to float our hands up to the side. Tap out. Float our hands. Tap out. Again, the farther away we have our extremities from our midline, the more balance challenge we're getting. Okay. Last one, everybody. Again, so if you're at home, this is a fun one to do seated. We're going to do kicking and punching. So again, cross lateral, kick on out. If you absolutely are like, there's no way, you're just going to tap opposites. But the fun part is if you're at home and you're in a chair and you do that, you feel really good because it's like, man, I got my foot up high. Last one. It's hard to do cross lateral. I lied, last one, because we had somebody here on the line going like, opposites, what? Last one. Okay. And then we're just going to check in, heel toe, again, punch. Engaging your core, locking in, getting us ready to do our squats, our split leg squats. Last one. Come on up, hands on your center of gravity. We're just going to loosen up our ankle, so we're heel toeing. Let me see if I can get this in the sun. Heel toe, so that we're loosening. And again, great place at home to grab hold of a chair. Other foot, heel toe. And then outside of heel, inside of big toe. Normal gait pattern, you strike on your heel, you toe off your big toe. So strange things that you never thought about that you do many, many times a day. Other foot, last one, heel toe. Okay, nice deep breath, everybody. One more. And then we're gonna do what's called constant bear in Qigong. It's just this guy, loosening up our waist. If you want to tap your meridians, you can. Like I said, I'm just trying to do fun stuff that keeps us upright before we get down on the thing. Even though we have mats, it's a little damp on the ground. Oh, and then when you're ready, unwind it. We'll do a little more complex neck thing while we're up. We're gonna do Wise Owl looks back. Wise Owl, you're gonna roll your shoulders up and back, point them back, point your thumbs back behind you, look over your shoulder. And again, if this makes you dizzy, please don't do it. Okay, last one, everyone. From there, we'll do a class favorite. We'll do our split leg stance squats. So 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. You want to have your feet apart this way. So come on down. We're going to drive this leg straight down, heel up to number 2. We're just going to do 6 because I've had you up for a long time. And again, your core is engaged. Number 6 coming up. We're going to sink back down. We're going to let our back quad cook. And again, look down. Make sure you can see your toes. Make sure your knees lined up over your toes. And like I said, just sit in this. Let it cook a little bit. After about 30 seconds, we're going to drop that heel back. Bent knee calf stretch. So we've shifted the weight a little bit back. And then go ahead, lock out that knee, straight leg calf stretch, a little bit more aggressive stretch. Again, check in with your core, make sure it's locked in, you're not arching your back backwards. And then you all know where we're going. If you've been to class before, your choice. If you want, drive on up. Open out to the sides. Let me turn a little bit so everybody can see a little bit better. There we go. And then your choice, last one, come in to dancer. And if that's absolutely not going to work for you, that's okay. Oh boy. Dancer's the one. Dancer's always the one. Come on down, everybody. Okay, we're going to switch legs. So the for me, it's the one closest to the camera. And I'm going to turn so we're face on this time. Same thing, engage your core, lift your heel in the back, straight down 6 times. And 6, and then just lock it in, hang down. So we have someone here on the lawn that I haven't seen in a while and gotten to talk to. So this is the problem with the videos. I don't get to talk to you like, hey, how you been? Oh yeah, that's also why I have this. Yeah, so even though they can't see my eyes, I'm trying to look them in the eye. Drop that heel back, sink back a little bit, bent knee calf stretch. Yeah, it's if I was ever inclined to, a multiple personality, this is it right here. It's like I want to make sure I engage all of you. I want to make sure I engage the folks at home. So yeah, lock out that knee, everybody. Oh, nice deep yawn. When you're ready, if you choose, drive on up. Yeah, little bobbles sometimes. And if you bobble, just tap that foot down. Same thing out. Last one, we're coming to the dancer or Superman. And if you just think that's just nutty, put that foot back, tap it down, come on up like this. If you want to though, and you can, this is always my worst leg. Experiencing a little turbulence today. Come on up. If I can't laugh at myself, who can I laugh at? A little bit arch up. Oh. Arch up. Oh. A little bit of a spinal twist again. This one, arms out, make it a little bit more aggressive. Oh. Same thing, other side. Okay, and I've run out of all the fun things I can do keeping us off the ground. So we're going to come on down, everybody. But yeah, yesterday with the rain, I'm like, I wonder if the lawn's going to be dry yet. Probably not. I probably ought to have a couple extra standy-uppy things. Sit up nice and tall. Again, now that we've taken our legs out of the equation, we're going to do a couple more spinal twists. So interlace your fingers, push your palms forward. Just enjoy stretching out your palms for a second here. And then when you're ready, hands up, shoulder blades down your back, turn to the left, spinal twist. Again, different sensation taking your legs out of that equation. Nice deep breath, everyone. Come on back, same thing, other side. Curling forward, come on up, spinal twist to the right. While you're doing that, I'm going to move my mat forward about a foot. So sit in there, couple nice deep breaths. There we go, much better. Oh yeah. There's more of me in the light. Excellent. Come on out of that. Drop your right hand down, tilt to the left. I'm sorry, drop your right hand down, tilt to the right. Sitting deep into your left sit bone. Weird position. Okay, same thing, other side. Okay, come on back. So here's the horrible one. Here's the one I'm not good at. We're going to interlace our fingers, pull them up, and just sink on forward. Again, if your back is horrible and you need to help with your hands, that's okay. Just coming on forward, sinking down. Oh, opening up your back. Reaching a little bit with your hands, coming on forward. Okay, come on up. Either using your back muscles, slowly coming up one vertebrae at a time. If you need to push up with your hands, that is okay. Do what's safe for your body. Coming on up. Kick your right leg out. Keep your left foot sunk in. I lied. Put both feet together. We're going to do the same thing. Sit up nice and tall, hinging forward a tiny bit from your hips. A little bit harder. Oh. More neck today, huh? I got somebody on the lawn doing their neck. I'm like, okay, we can do more neck. Sit up nice and tall. See, the joy of being on the lawn is you get to dictate how class runs. Sit up nice and tall, right foot straight out, turn your torso to the right. The goal is to get your sternum over your kneecap. And again, wherever you're at, that's okay. If you've got a strap, this is a great place to lock in and pull in. If you can reach with your hands, that's great too. Again, dropping that left shoulder down a little bit. Okay, come on up again, using the strength of your back or using your hands, whichever's more appropriate. Come on up, same thing, other foot. Switch feet, sit up nice and tall to start with. Turn your torso, hinge from your hips first. coming on down. And then once you've got all the range of motion out of your hips, then you can release your upper torso and grab for that foot, dropping that right shoulder down a little bit. Okay, coming on up, everybody. Again, however's appropriate for yourself. Kick both feet out, straight leg split. Torso, chest is coming straight forward. And once you've got all the range of motion out of your hips, then you can release your upper back. Okay, come on up, everyone. We're going to come into our clamshells. So I'm going to remove my little thing a little bit, try to keep it dry. Like I said, it's not super wet out here on the lawn, but if you push your hand and leave it there for a minute, you realize it's a little damp. So come onto our clamshells. And again, protect your neck however that's possible. We're going to either do this, guys, the easy way. This is a little more aggressive. Straight leg, toe pointed forward is most aggressive. So after 8 of those, we are going to curl into a small ball. Our goal is to get our bottom knee as close to our nose as possible. And we're going to take that top leg. Again, great place for the strap. If you want to make a loop and thread through to pull that leg back if you're having trouble grabbing that thigh. Pulling out of the back, stretching our hip flexors, mainly our rectus femoris this time. Secondary hip flexor, primary hip flexor is our iliopsoas. We will get to that one in a minute. Our hip flexors tend to be tight because we spend a lot of time sitting. So we'll try to counteract that a little bit. Go ahead, kick that leg out, shake it out a little bit if you need to. Go ahead and drop on over to the other side. We're going to do the same thing. So same thing, your choice. The least aggressive, a little bit worse. Most aggressive, toe pointed forward, IT band. And 8. Cool. Come on in, pull your bottom knee up to your nose, grab that top ankle, pull it on back. Hip flexors. Okay, go ahead and kick it on out, everybody. We're going to sit back up. We're going to do our spinal twist / IT band stretch. Again, a little bit one of those secondary muscles that kind of aggravate sciatica. So we're going to take our left foot, we're going to put it on the outside of our right knee. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take the left knee, pull it to the right shoulder. And then if you like, just spinal twist. Looking back over your shoulder, dropping that left shoulder down. If you want to stretch your IT band, kick on out. And again, some of these, while they're good exercises for sciatica, if you're in the middle of a bout of sciatica, it might aggravate it. Again, be conscious of what your body's telling you and be nice to yourself. Okay, come on down, everybody. Tap it on out. Same thing, other side. Left foot on the outside of your right knee to your left shoulder. Spinal twist. And again, if you're stretching your IT band, you're going to try to open up that knee a little bit. IT band is one of those muscles that crosses both the knee and the hip, 2 joints. Okay, come on down, tap it out a little bit. Let's do our forearms just because we're talking about muscles that cross multiple joints. So I will take off my gloves for this so you can see me better. So sit up nice and tall, take your hand, wrist flexors. If you bend your elbow and open up your wrist, that's the easy way to do it. If you don't really feel that stretch very much, if you lock out your elbow, again, your forearm muscles cross multiple joints. Some of them cross just the wrist and the fingers. Some of them cross the elbow. So by opening up your elbow, you are stretching a little bit deeper. Oh, nice deep breath. Switch over to the extensor, same thing. If you bend your elbow, it's a little less aggressive. If you open up your elbow, it's a little harder. And again, the more of a fist you have, the harder it is, because of course those muscles go all the way to the end of your fingers. Okay, go on. Shake that out a little bit, everybody. Same thing, other side. Your choice, wrist flexors. But remember, everybody, shoulders down. If you're at home and you realize your shoulder's in your ear, drop it on down. Everybody here on the lawn looks pretty good. Switch over, wrist extensors. And for those of you thinking we're crazy for doing airplane or Superman, I bet at the start of the shelter in place, I couldn't have done that. That's just because we've been doing it every week here in class. So that's like, oh, it's getting easier. But boy, that left leg still wobbles. Ah! So the goal, and I think always the goal, but again, a good reminder is, you're having the distance to perfection. So what you're doing today is probably still better than what you did yesterday. And if you have a little setback, that's okay. You're still working towards improving yourself, and wherever you're at today is okay because you're at least trying. Go and shake it out, do your thumbs. So some days the balance works, some days it doesn't work at all. And roll your thumbs around a little bit, find that angle that really is tight because it's different on everybody's thumb. Okay, go and shake those out, roll your shoulders up and back and down a little bit, make sure you've got that seated. In fact, take a little string at the back of your head, tuck your chin, drop on down, in case your shoulders got high for that. And if you want to do an assist with your hands, the force is going that way, not that way. So you're getting up underneath the base of your skull, pushing up towards the sun, and shoulders down your back still. So, okay, come on out of that. Okay, onto all fours. And again, if you're at home and you're on a concrete floor, if you want to do it on your couch or on your bed, that's okay. If you're here and you want to double up the mat, that's great. We're going to do a couple cycles of cat camel. And then I propose that we do big circles today with our hips. So we're going to sink deep to the back, scoop all the way down to our feet, deep to the front. Couple times this way, we'll turn and go the other way. Loosening up our hips. Sink, go the other way. Okay, last one. And then we're going to do the same thing, just front and back. So maybe open up your hands a little bit farther to the edge of the mat. Come on up. Quasi come into a plank for just a sec. Sink back into child's pose. Come on up. And if you're like, I'm not doing plank, just stay in child's pose, because that's where we're headed next. Okay. Last one. When you get there, toes together, knees at the edge of your mat, sink on back, child's pose. When you're ready, go ahead and place your right hand on top of underneath your left hand. Sink deep into your right sit bone. Open up your right armpit. Okay, come on back to center. Switch hands. Uh, left hand on the bottom, right hand holding it down, sinking deep into your left sit bone. Okay, come on up. Couple cycles of cat camel. Since I made you do crazy standing balance, we won't do tiger today. But what we are going to do is kind of come around. Those of you that did Campfire Girls, we didn't do our core because we got new core stuff. So we're going to start out on our back. We're going to pull our knees into our chest, give ourselves a nice hug. The sun is definitely over the mountain now. Roll your ankles around. Roll them the other way. And then we're going to do core. And again, we're just going to do bicycles, just like last week. We're going to do bicycles. Palms up to the sky. But after about 6 of those, check this out. We're going to turn at an angle, and we're going to do bicycle. This was one of Shannon's old moves that she had her classes do. We're not gonna do too many of them. We're going to come back to center. We're going to turn to the other side. And again, you decide if this is appropriate for your back and your core. Okay, come on back to center. Couple more bicycles just at center. And again, the farther you get your feet away from your midline or from your center of gravity, the harder that is on your abs. Okay, come on up, pull your knees in towards your chest. Rock back and forth a little bit. Roll your ankles around if you want to. And then go ahead, feet up, stand on the sky. We'll do, again, a little bit of weird core work. Left leg goes out, left leg comes up. Right leg goes out, right leg comes up. It's just, you're doing it till you feel your core start to move, and that's where you're at. One more each side, everybody. Okay, last one. Knees in towards your chest, rock back and forth a couple times, massage your low back. And I'm going to be smarter, and I'm just going to turn myself around because the sun is in my eyes this way. So here you can still see me, and I'm not being blinded, and I can see you even better. So again, small ball curling up. Go ahead and plant one leg down, lift one leg up. If you have a strap, this is a great time to use the strap. We're going to place it on the ball of our foot. We're going to keep our knee bent. We're going to come into bent knee calf stretch. And again, if you don't have a strap, that's okay. Maybe a dog leash, maybe a tie. You're on vacation. You don't need that thing. Or you can just do it without. The joy of the strap is it gives you up to 20% more range of motion in your stretch. But like I said, even if you don't have a strap, you're still getting a nice little stretch in those calf muscles. And again, talking about muscles that cross multiple joints, we're going to do one more. We're going to lock out the knee. We're going to do the same motion with the ankle so that we get a little more aggressive stretch. Okay, number 6, last one. Take that 1-2 count hold. Move this strap to your instep. Drop your heel on down. Drive it up towards the sky. So the reason we're doing it in sets versus just static is because if you've been really hitting it hard, training a lot, and you have a greater propensity to go into spasm, this will actually help decrease the chance that that's going to happen. And the side benefits are that you're getting some good blood flow. You're running that motor unit, the joint and the muscles, through its normal range of motion, and you're actually lubricating the joint a little bit by compressing the articular cartilage and releasing synovial fluid. Last one, everybody, lock that knee out, drop that whole leg down as a unit. Having the other knee up gives a little bit of support to your core. If you drop that down, you reflexively get a little stretch in your hip flexor. So your choice. Okay, one more. We're going to do 8 of these just because this is really our big stretch. So take the tension, release the tension, drop that leg across your midline, leaving your hip on the floor. So you're coming across to the other side. There you go. Perfect. If you push through your heel, it increases the stretch a little bit. And then when you're ready, go ahead, bend your knee, release that strap, come into a little spinal twist. And again, if you're home and you're near your couch, grab a pillow, put it underneath that knee. Be nice to yourself. Nice deep breath. Opening up those ribs, getting deep into the bottom of your lungs, cleaning out any stale air that might be stuck down there. Go ahead and contract your core, pull your belly button in, knees come back up to center. Take a second to reset yourself, pull both knees in. We're going to do the other foot now. And again, your choice, the non-stretching leg with the foot on the floor or the leg straight out. A little bit of a stretch of the hip flexors if you do. Bent knee, calf stretch first. Toes towards the nose is a stretch. Toes towards the sky is the release. We will be here on the lawn tomorrow at 7:30 doing just stretch, maybe a little bit of cardio in the beginning just to warm us up. And then, of course, I will be doing Chi Ball at 11:30 tomorrow on Zoom only. Would love to have you join me. It's a little bit fun, a little bit more dancey. Still trying to get music going on that. Larry's been called in to help, so he's earning his membership fee this month. Lock out your knee. Toes towards the sky is the release. Toes towards the nose is the stretch. Of course, he's my lighting director now, so he's earning his membership no matter what. Okay, one more, everybody. If you've got a strap, move it to your instep. If you don't have a strap, if you just grab behind your thigh, trying to keep the angle between your thigh and torso relatively the same for the bent kneecap or hamstring stretch, that's great. Okay, last one, everybody. Go and lock out that knee, drop that whole leg down as a unit, lift it up using your hip flexors. Oh man, we just had a hawk come down on the tree. He's only about 20 feet away. I can see the color of his eye. The good news is I'm bigger than he is, so he's not looking at me like food. Okay, 2 more, everybody. Okay, last one. Take that 1-2 count tension, release the tension, drop that leg across your midline. So I'm doing my left leg, so I'm going across to the right, pushing through your heel increases that stretch a little bit. And then when you're ready, release the strap, bend into your knee, come into a spinal twist. So bring that backhand forward, just curl into a small ball. Oh, pull both knees in towards your chest, coming on up again. Oh, rock back and forth a little bit. So, and then when you're ready, either roll onto your side again and roll up into a comfortable seated position, or just roll up from your back, whatever's working for you today. Oh, we're gonna sit back up again. Try to find the sun again. We're gonna do our shoulders. So sitting up nice and tall, and again, if you're back here on the lawn and you're on a soggy, you can always stand up. Left hand's going to come straight across our body, thumb up. If you don't feel a stretch in the back of your shoulder for that one, come on out, try thumb down. A little bit increase in the stretch. It is infraspinatus muscle is a muscle that has a little twist in it. That's why we're doing that. And again, if you have just horrible shoulders and you're getting grinding, you can just stay static in this stretch. Yeah, it's amazing the difference between last week to this week. The sun has already come up a lot sooner. One more, everybody. Up to the angle, so your choice between your shoulder and your ear, either skimming the shoulder or skimming the ear, your choice. Oh. Last one, everybody. So we're going to go up and over. So this is our complex one. Your choice. You can do just your tricep, tricep. You can do just adduction, adding your shoulder across a little bit, again, of an open armpit stretch, or you can combine them all, come across, pull if you like, use the strap, pull on down. But again, kind of make sure you can move your neck. Make sure it's not totally locked down so that it's hurting your neck to stretch your shoulder. This one I like static because my shoulders are bad enough that it hurts to go through that range of motion. So, but you can do that if you like and you got good shoulders. Lock it on out or drop it on out, shake it on out. Same thing other side. Infraspinatus, thumb up, thumb down, your choice. Okay, number 6. Come up between your ear and your shoulder, your choice where that angle is. Okay, one more, everybody. And then again, our more complex move up and over, your choice of where you're at. Again, you can use the strap to grab and pull it down a little bit. And again, once you got it set, make sure that neck is movable. I had somebody come in for their forearm yesterday, and I ran him through a functional movement assessment. And I, I had him do this, and he was like, "Do what?" And I said, "And now can you move your neck?" He goes, "Oh, you can move your neck when you do that." I'm like, "Uh-huh, you should be able to do that too." Because he was all about his elbow and his forearm. I'm like, let's make sure, oh yeah, your neck's a little bad, your shoulder's a little bad. Oh yeah, it all works together. So again, you got to keep that neck safe. Don't sacrifice it at the expense of for the shoulder. Lock it on out, shake it out. Roll your shoulders up and back, point your thumbs back, open up your chest to the sky. Pectoralis muscle, fan shaped muscle. Um, so come up an inch or two every repetition. And then once you get up to the top, which is a little bit higher than shoulder level, go back and do the one that was super tight a couple more times. Oh, the kids are here. Woohoo! Maybe we'll finish class a little bit early today. Roll your shoulders up and back, tilt your head to the side, roll back and forth a couple times. I do think this class is set up to 15 minutes. I'm hoping to get Kristen to move it to 50 or to 45. So not into that spot that just still doesn't kind of feel just right. And then when you're ready, come on up. Nice deep breath. Oh, thank you all for joining me. Thank you to those of you here on the lawn. Thank you to those of you at home. Have a great New Year. Be safe. And again, if you want, call Chef Arturo. And if you want, join us here tomorrow at 7:30 or at 11:30 at my home for Chi Ball. I would love to have you tomorrow, either class. Have a great day, everybody. I'm going to come in on you, Linda.
Thank you, Kathryn. Thank you.